Alright, time for the next segment. I don't know, this is not going to be as educational as the last segment. Hopefully, it will be if I run into Deerclops, but I'm kind of going to be exploring most of this segment. I just want to really get prepped up to explore at the beginning. Right now I'm overheating myself like I was last time. And we got plenty of campfires. I'm going to grab my hand bat and some food and then we're going to hit it. There we go. Get some food. Get some hand bat. And rewarm. There we go. And we're going to be good pretty soon. There we go. And now I'm nice and hot. Right as it goes to morning. So I'm going to leave. Oh, I should take Chester with me because I'll be exploring for a while. And I got gear to fight. I'm nice and warm. I got my nice toasty gear on. It's got plenty of durability. We got plenty of food. Got the hand bat to fight. And I got logs and grass to make fires. And I got a fire stored. We are set. Because I'm using the hibernation vest, I won't have a backpack, which is kind of annoying. So I'm not going to make a torch, but I have plenty of stuff for a torch on me. And that's already explored. I don't want to explore this because it's like looks like a bee area. Killer bees, not fun. I'll explore it at some point, but I'm not going to explore it in the winter when I'm wearing a hibernation vest and beautiful hat. I at least want to be wearing some armor when I go explore a killer bee biome, if that's what that is. It could just be a couple killer bee nests, but we might see later. Right now I'm going to try and map out this kind of part and cover as much as can. It's important that I, by the end of this, or at some point during this playthrough, uncover everything, because uncovering everything is the only way to truly know that you've like found all the things you need, like all the mandrakes and stuff. You could miss out on some. And we're really here for ice too. I can put these in Chester. He's not going to keep them fresh, but that's fine. And I'll have to go back eventually when I start to warm up, so I'll have to drop back by. And also I don't want my ice to melt too much. It'll be fine because the second I put it in the ice box, it's going to be good. But notice we got a little lag going this segment. Not anything too bad, I hope. Gonna kind of get down this area because I already got that area. Just keeping my eye out for any mandrakes I find. I don't really care about rot right now. Or food, because I got plenty. I like to follow the edge just so I don't have stuff like this on my map. Because I obviously can just remember that this is the ocean, but it's nice to like have your area fully mapped out. It's not too crucial, so I'm not going to waste too much time doing that, but I'm just going to try and follow the edge as much as possible. Sometime during a save, I'll make sure that I have uncovered every single bit. I'll just go through painstakingly and just uncover everything. And until they make the ice machine from Shipwrecked part of this game, it's kind of important to get your ice during the winter if you want ice. Oh man. So that the next winter there'll be more ice, because it's going to melt in the summer. We'll have plenty of ice for plenty of flingos. We only really need one. We're going to try and get two so we can have the option of making a summer base. But our base is going to work as a summer base. Because the summer base would have one flingomatic. We're only going to have two flingomatics in our base. And that is, like, that's not even that different. So I'm not sure if I even will make a summer base. I might make one just as an example of how you can kind of make like a flingomatic with all stuff around it. But I don't know that I need to, so. Alright, it's getting towards night, and I want to make sure I have something to do at night. So, I want to be near trees or something I can pick. Because we have really long nights in the winter. I can wander around with the torch, but that's not really that efficient because I could also walk into something. And I'm wearing a hibernation vest. These clothes are not going to protect me if I kind of walk into anything big. So I just want to continue on cover while I'm still warm. The torch will provide me with some warmth, but not a lot. Doesn't really make much sense to waste the night when I have this much grass and twigs. I'm mostly going to need to reheat up when I start freezing. Which I'm not yet. And since I don't need to stop to eat either, I really don't want to waste this night standing around. I'd build a campfire if it was night and I was mining ice. That way, I'd be getting a lot done. Keep an eye on our torch. Keep an eye on the map to make sure we're not doubling over spots we've already been. Keep an eye on the ground. See if we can't spot a mandrake. I hopefully don't want to miss one because then you're going to have to go basically over everything again because we're going to need a pan float. And if I brought some thermal stones with me, if I kind of had a little more room or maybe put one in Chester, I could make a backpack at night. And then I could heat myself up, reheat myself up with it, make the campfire in that every night. But I didn't bring one, so that's fine. Alright. I want to follow the road for speed. Since I can't see the ground, I can just use the map. Alright, and we're almost out of this torch. I want to make another torch tonight. I'm going to build a campfire. Come on. And hopefully, if I'm not already completely hot, this will heat myself up a little bit. Maybe we can drop this ice in here because we don't need it. And we'll eat. I'm going to eat this to gain a little health. This isn't the best recipe in the game, and it's not going to restore that much hunger compared to its ingredients. But it does give you a little bit of health, which is nice. Alright, I want to hit up here, just uncover it before I go back down. I don't really need to pick any of these carrots, but if it's your first time in winter and you're worried about food, go for all the carrots you can find. All the carrots, all the berry bushes, they're not going to grow back until spring, so you really want to make sure you get all of those. I don't need them, so I'm not going to waste the time it takes to pick them. My handbat's getting a little old. I could have brought the ingredients for another handbat. I might have done that if I had snow chester, but it'll last longer in the fridge, the icebox, because I don't have snow chester. Even though this is snowy, that's still a swamp area, so tentacles can spawn, so you gotta be wary of that. As I said before, winter may not seem like the best time to go exploring for some people, but once you get comfortable with the game, it's important that you spend every season doing the most you can. Survival is your first priority, but survival in the winter is not that hard, and you can hammer out everything you need to survive pretty quickly, and then you can go exploring. I'm gaining a lot of sanity from a hibernation vest. I'm super warm because of all the clothes I'm wearing, so I'm pretty much fine. And I got a lot of food in my backpack, and I got a ton more at home in my icebox. Okay, so that brings us down here. It's nice to know that's good if we want to go to this, harvest some rocks. We can go down here very quickly. Oh, I'm going to hunt a winter koalefant, because that will give me its trunk, and I can use that to make some stuff. If I can find the other tracks. Yep, they're right here. Which way do they point? This way? They point this way. All these rocks make it really hard to find. I thought they pointed this way. It's hard to see. Maybe not the best idea in this rocky field. Okay, so they point this way. Up this way. There we go, there's the next one. Alright, it's day 64, so I talked about this last time, but we could have the boss, the optional boss, spawn. I don't know why I didn't have a walking gain on. Okay. Nearby. Yep. Here we go. Ah. Alright. There we go. It's important that I did that. We want to keep the hounds down so they don't overwhelm us. Oh man. We're doing bad this fight. Alright. I'm not. Oh god. Alright. So he lost a ton of health doing a terrible job kiting that fight. One of the things about that fight that I don't like is that you really can't waste any time, because you're going to get messed up by all the hounds that spawn. So I just go for it. Even if that was really like a poor idea on my part. It's fine, I got plenty of health for storing items. Now this might be a good idea to go back now, sometime soon. Start heading way back. Because of all the damage I took right then. I need another football helmet. But I could actually just go make one over here if I can find any. That one last pig. I don't know if he still exists or not. Yeah, so that's the varg. He's not that hard, but he's really annoying, and since he spawns hounds during the fight, you can get a lot of hounds pretty quickly. If you play it right, you can just beat the crap out of him and kill a couple hounds. I did not do well during that fight. I don't like Chester kind of complicates fights sometimes because they'll attack Chester, which isn't that bad because he'll just respawn. But if he has a bunch of stuff in him that you want to bring home with you, sometimes it's a little annoying because I don't want him to get killed. So, it makes it a little harder for me to fight while they're attacking Chester because I love him so much. I don't want anything to happen to him. I also didn't build the campfire fast enough. Probably should equip my armor in a different order to preserve my football helmet too. Alright, I want to be careful around these spiders. Because there's a bunch of them and it's late at night, so they'll swarm. Let me just go get this corner down here. On my way. Slow spiders. They'll attack Chester, but they're not very fast, so if I keep moving, they shouldn't kill him. Okay. So we got a chest biome right there. Not a good idea to go near a chest biome at night. Not a good idea at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a backup fire pit, and then I'm going to camp right here for now. And I'll go tomorrow maybe and see what's there. The priests will shoot at you, and that's really hard to dodge. We can dodge with the walking cane, but it's a better idea to not even get involved with them if you don't have that. Alright, so this is like an ideal situation. So I don't want Chester to get murdered, so I'm gonna hide this in Chester. And then I'm gonna lead him away from Chester. Alright. Come at me, bro. Yeah. Ooh. So I'm just gonna use these guys, use him to kill these guys. Oh! Miscalculation. Alright, there we go. Nope. Almost. There we go. Uh-oh. Not really focusing. Getting really low on health. Gonna peace out now. Probably want to do this with armor on, so we can come back in the summer and do that. Man, I'm really not focused. This almost turned into an embarrassment. Well, anyway, since I'm so low on life, I'm probably going to want to go home. The clockwork people do a lot of damage. Should almost always wear armor. I don't need to wear armor. But it's a good idea too. I want to go get Chester. Here's my ice, and I want to melt. But yeah, as I demonstrated earlier, you can just get him to kill everyone. Gotta go home and heal now. Because I'm dumb. And I kind of just let him hit me. Yeah, that's something that could happen when you play a game a little much, is you kind of just like forget about health as a thing and just let things hit you. and then the hounds attack, and then everything can go wrong at once, very quickly. I'm going to have to dodge these hounds when they pass me. I'm also going to... It's not a good idea to jump in that wormhole if the hounds were coming, if the noises stopped. So I'm going to run up here, and I'm going to try and get to my hound field. But I'm going to keep on the log suit. I really, really don't want... It's one spawned over there. I have the walking cane, so I should be able to dodge all of them just fine. But if one of them hits me and I'm not wearing the log suit, I'm totally dead. And I could kite them, too, but also not a great idea. Given that I'm at such low health, I could make a couple mistakes. So, since I was heading back anyway, it seems like a good idea to head back. Just get to my field of hound's teeth, which is going to get a lot bigger because of all the hound's teeth I got from fighting the varg. Also, another thing to notice is that we're just basically going to leave Chester in our dust right here. He's not going to know what to do. Not a good thing to do to outrun him like that. Unless you're running from hounds and you really need to get the hell out of here. Okay. We don't want to take any frost damage because we're so weak. So what we need to do is we need to light this fire right here. Just one of the reasons it's placed here is for light and also for heat. We have to do this. Wide circles. We got two more. Trying to get them to go on it. If we can. Though it's not really triggering. Let's try and get him to go right over it. Sometimes I kind of gotta stand still near it. Alright, since we can't really get him on this hound trap, and all of them got, like, just enough hits to not die, which happens, we gotta start hitting them. Oh, there we go. They're all gonna die in one hit. Except him, because they were so close to death. So that happens. It won't happen now that we have enough teeth to make a huge-ass hound trap. And we have tons of logs, too. But it can happen. That can happen. This has been a disaster of a segment, and you gotta work through those things. That's how this game goes. Sometimes weird stuff like that happens. Alright, so we're gonna go right on our campfire. Alright. And add fuel before that runs out. Alright, and we don't need this log armor anymore. And what we're gonna do is go to this weird chest, and we're gonna sew this up. And that's gonna go back to 100, and we're gonna sew this up. We're wasting a little when we do that, but I mean, you can be as efficient as you want with it. There's really no point to doing that. I'm gonna have so many hound's teeth eventually that it's not going to matter even a little bit that I'm wasting some. You're wasting like not that much at all when you do that. And we got these healing cells. Now we're basically back to full. We can make some food. Got tons of monster meat. And we can take this and freshen that up a bit. And we can put this in here, honey, and we're not gonna do that. Oh man, come on. Okay. Nice interruption. Let's take the honey out. And just make some meatballs, because we have plenty of health. And these will spoil. And we can harvest some berries. We don't need to harvest that many, just enough to make the meatballs we want to make. Eventually that hand bat will become weaker than a spear when it's about to spoil. Alright, so for these traps, we're gonna need grass, because we need ropes. And we don't want to use all of ours. This is perfect right here. This is like some good ice. Real close to our base like this. Oh. If we go get Chester and store this ice and mine that ice, we can get like a good 60 ice. That'll be perfect for what we need. Because we can still get ice in the spring and fall if we absolutely need to, but it's a lot more efficient to do it right now when the ice is big. So we get close enough, he'll start following us again. Alright, perfect. Ooh. Let's repeat the same mistakes twice. It's possible to just ditch the varg, by the way. You could just run far enough away from him, especially if you have a walking cane, then he'll just not be interested anymore. Which is what we're gonna do if we find him. But he may or may not despawn. You can trap the varg and he'll never despawn. And if you leave him someplace, he'll be there forever. But I have had a map where I ditched him a long time ago, and then I never saw him again. And I uncovered the whole map and walked over it several times, and I never saw him. So he could have been killed by something, but it's hard to know what. So I never found any rot or houndstooth anywhere, so. Worst comes to worst, we can just ditch him, and then we'll try and lead him to killer bees. If we can. I don't have my hand out on me and I don't really want to fight him. Where was that last one? We went too far. Yeah, it should be this way. You're just following the footstep. It shouldn't be this far, so. It might be that it's hard to see on the ground. Or that I completely lost the trail somehow. Hard to do in the winter when I'm blind. Okay. I'm not going for that. Oh, now that we have a walking stick, piss this guy off. Now that you have a walking stick, you can walk faster than him. Ooh, you gotta really piss him off. I must demonstrate. Alright, now that we can walk faster than him, we can ditch him like that and go take his egg. Now he'll follow us for a long time because he's really upset that we did that. Eventually stop following us. But this egg will never spoil and you can eat and cook it. Not that that's super beneficial because it's a lot of work to go for an egg when you can just, you know, feed monster meat to your bird, but I think the cool thing about it is that it never spoils, so you can always have like a bunch of food if you just keep these. We can also hatch it by keeping it warm, but that just makes a mini tall bird, which is like your pet, and you can feed it and raise it and it'll grow up, but when it becomes a tall bird it's going to attack you, so it's kind of pointless in my eyes, because it's cool to like have that pet and you can like keep it somewhere, but eventually it just grows up and hates you. I think it'd be cool if like when it grows up it didn't hate you and you could keep it as a pet and it would like fight off everyone but you. That'd be really useful. It's not really useful that it tries to kill you. So I don't make them. I don't want to make another torch, so I'm just going to do this. And the fire's right here. And we can put this basically anywhere. We keep it over here with our weird stuff. And Chester's gonna fall asleep on me. Come on, Chester. Wake up. There we go. Center ham. And I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna go sleep because that's gonna restore my sanity and some health, and then I'm gonna eat because I'm gonna be hungry enough to start losing health immediately in the morning. I don't know the exact values. I think you lose 75 hunger, gain like 50 health and 50 sanity or something like that. Look it up on the wiki if you want to know. Perfect. And perfect. I don't have enough of these to really make that many traps, but after last time I want to make at least some traps. After that fight happened, I gotta save some grass. Actually, no, I don't need to save any grass. I'll just go get some after this. It makes no sense to make a bunch of traps and then go place them because each trap takes up a spot and they can't be stacked. Whereas you could stack all the ingredients and walk up and just place them like this and then make more. And keep doing that until you're out of ingredients. And if I'm going to farm a bunch of grass and mine's not going to grow, I'm going to go here for tumbleweeds. Good way to get grass, if you don't miss them. There we go. Because you also can get rope and stuff. And you can also get green gems. They're the jackpot of opening tumbleweeds. 2 ropes. Really on fire with this. We can make a fishing rod. is one of the best ways to farm grass, especially during the winter when it's nowhere, and during the summer when it's nowhere also. You can make a tumbleweed farm eventually. I'm not doing that right now. Just gonna find and pick it. And I don't want to go up there either. That could be dangerous. Alright, grass and twigs. And a bunch of rope. We're gonna save this grass for campfires. Because we're gonna need a couple more. Oh no. Come here. Not getting anything cool. I mean, we got the rope, which is really nice because we wanted that. But we're not getting anything. Oh, there's your feathers. Cool. That's a nice drop. Basically, if I hadn't explained this before, tumbleweed has a really low chance of dropping all kinds of stuff. And then a really relatively high chance of dropping some stuff like rope and some stuff. Like feathers and fangs and all kinds of random stuff. But there's a low chance of dropping stuff like gems. Ooh! Not good. I need this rope. I need this. Oh man, I need the pigskin. And I need to heat myself up as fast as possible. And I need to equip this and this. Alright, so this is a Deerclops. Normally you want to avoid him. And if you hear this, you just run away, right? But we're going to fight him. He seems really hard, but he's really, really easy. The problem with the Deerclops is he's just going to try and mess our base up. Which is really not good. And since I'm not hearing that moaning, and now I'm hearing it, I know he's this way. So I need a torch. If he's coming towards our base, I need to intercept him, like this, and attack him. I need to attack him. Ah, damn it. Alright. And I need to place this campfire. And I need to tank him on this campfire, like this. And he's going to hit us a bunch, and he'll do some damage, but with the football helmet and the log armor, he won't really do that much damage. And with this Hambat that's fresh, you'll kill him pretty quickly. But you're going to lose a lot of sanity. Now the reason I needed to tank him on this fire is because in Reign of Giants, only, he's going to freeze you. If you're in vanilla, he won't freeze you, so you can just tank him very easily. But he's going to freeze us. Now we got the Deerclops eyeball, and he won't bother us anymore, which is good. But I would like to recover some health and some sanity, so I'm going to trade for some hunger, because we got plenty of that. Oh, and tents don't last forever, so now we need a new tent. Such a shame. So is life. I think I had spider stuff somewhere, but I don't even remember. Probably don't have any more spider webs. So I'm out of a tent for now. But that's one important reason why we kept this stuff with us. Because we really wanted this. And do not eat it. You can, I suppose, if you really wanted to, but it'd probably be a bad idea. Doesn't really give you much to eat it. We really want to intercept him as he's coming to our base, because like you saw, when the Deerclops comes, his first goal is to destroy all your stuff. You have to attack him. He is on a path of destruction towards your base, and he will destroy everything. Not everything. I mean, he targets specific stuff, but since he does a giant AoE attack, there's a lot of collateral damage. It's important you stay on the fire. You need to make a campfire, and you need to stay on it and hit him, or he will freeze you between attacks. If you don't do this, you could still win, but you're going to take way more damage while you do this, because, you know, he's going to be hitting you a ton. And we don't need that much meat anymore, I suppose. Because we don't really need a Hambat now that we know he's dead. He won't come back. Depending on your world settings, of course. If you set him to lots, he will come back. So that moan signifies he's coming, and you need to take appropriate measures. Like I said, build a campfire. Do not build a fire pit. Like a fire pit. Always campfire, no fire pit. The reason being is a campfire can't be destroyed. It'll instead just burn out over time. And the fire pit can be destroyed, and he will destroy it with his hits, and he'll extinguish it pretty quickly. So you gotta do that to tank him. If you're in vanilla, you can just tank him. But don't take him near your stuff. And also, when he falls over, he destroys a bunch of stuff that he lands on. So he's just a real big baddie. And using a Hambat is important because he has 2,000 health, which is not that much compared to the other bosses, but it's a lot of health. You know, so to really get him down fast is important. So you want to use the Hambat because it's not going to lose durability, so you can basically make one and then use it as many times as you want. And it's not going to lose really any freshness in the amount of time it takes to kill him. We don't need to fertilize these because they aren't going to grow back. I mean, we'll fertilize them eventually, so they start going back in the spring, but right now it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can use ice, like I've done before, but I want that ice, and I have a ton of berries, so... And I have a ton of monster meat, so there's no point using ice for me. Alright, now what we have is the eyebrella, which is like really great for spring and really great for summer because it provides ridiculous overheating. So we're gonna make that now. Another thing we can make with this is we can make the Houndius Shootius, but we don't have the other ingredient for that, which is a Guardian's Horn. I will make that eventually, the Houndius Shootius. But now I'm just going to manage my base a little. I'm going to keep 2 of these for a Hambat in case I need one, but besides that, I'm going to make some delicious jerky, because it'll be great to have. I'll keep 4. 2 Hambats. Once it's getting close to spoiling, we can just make it into Hambats anyway. And I might as well keep this on me since it's not really... Since I have a fresher one, if I need one. And then I'm going to go hammer my skeleton where I died. Whoa. Not putting anything equipable near the eye is a good thing. If you lag and eat your Deerclops eyeball, I feel sorry for you. That almost just happened. Because you can eat it. You can also use it as bait in a trap. If you just, you know, have that many, you feel like it. See, now this is really great, and we're gonna make sure to repair it. Just like the hibernation vest. Uh-oh. No, I don't really need to restore sanity because I'm fine with all this stuff. I would like some monster meat at some point. And I would like to relocate these chests somewhere not stupid. So let's do that. We'll need 2 boards because they're each going to produce 2 boards. I can put the rest away. And drop this. And then, actually no, that's exactly what we need. We can't drop that. I'm going to hammer these. They're in a really dumb spot. Pick up these boards. And we'll make another cluster of chests right over here. For all of that kind of stuff. So this one can be important headgear. This can be fight stuff. Like these. Blow dart. We're gonna organize it all. I'm gonna make more chests. More chests. Always more chests with me. Don't worry about it. I have a problem. I know I have a problem. Sanity gains. Random flooring. Where's our... I believe I have it. Yes. Turf. Now that we have enough room, we don't need to keep this away from this cluster of chests. Okay, so this is going to be wood now. This is going to be traps. Here. This is gonna be hats. Or just in general dress items, I guess. Eventually we'll have a chest just for hats, but a man can dream. Armor will go down here. Fight items can go up here. I don't know, I've been wearing that dark sword I must have picked up when I have a sword in my inventory. Not good. And we can put extra wood down here. Though we'll have plenty of wood to put in here. And I see we need to shave some beefalo. We're done with this. And we need some twigs. Use mine. And we don't have any in these chests. Okay. I'm gonna make sure I'm heated up, and I'm gonna go plant all these trees, because we are running low on wood, and I want to make 1 billion more chests at some point. And we're getting close to an hour. I'll probably cut this at an hour. I shouldn't be playing when I'm this tired. I do poorly. Once again, out in the middle of nowhere is a good idea. I mean, we're getting close to another old bell, so, I mean, if you do this, every time you want wood, you use an old bell, you won't run out of old bells. You'll get bored before you run out of old bells. So it's a good method to use. A stack of 40 is usually what I do. You could do many more, but you're going to spend more time picking up all the logs. I think 40's plenty. 40 trees. And then you'll always just have extra pine cones to burn. And we're actually almost done with winter, so that means we're going to go back to spring, and we have an eyebrella, so spring is not a problem. But we do need more of that. Hunger's not a problem. Rain's not a problem because of the eyebrella. Winter's not a problem because we have a hibernation vest and bee full hat. Summer's not going to be a problem because of the eyebrella. Basically, at this point, we've almost gone through a full year, and we're basically set for life. Like, I mean, there's really not much more that could happen to us. And then I'm going to take 2 of these. And I'm going to take my gold and rocks. Actually, do I not have enough rocks? There should be rocks in here, right? Where did all the rocks go? I know I got a bunch from the ice. Huh. Oh well. I need some more rocks for flingomatics. And I need to not have that happen. And we need to explore as well. We're going to heat ourselves up and go exploring again tomorrow. We'll trade out this ham mat and we'll go exploring. Oh. And we can for the summer, that would be good. I'm not gonna make an insulated backpack until next year when we have it. And a luxury fan is really good. We will make one. I'm gonna make that actually, because I have the stuff for it. So for something like this, do I not actually have the logs that I need? Don't have the logs. Nope. I do have extra logs. So I'm not gonna place it. Just prototyping it. I like to have everything prototyped eventually. It's cool to just have everything. So this would be a little waste right now. Oh yeah, that. So we got this, we got rotten eggs, and charcoal. And that's gunpowder. Gunpowder is so useful. It's going to go in our fight chest. And we are going to make a lot more of it. Actually. I don't need the manure anymore either. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to take this entire stack and half the stack and I'm going to feed it to the bird. That's a thing you can do at night if you have time. Because this is just a time-consuming activity. We're going to give them all this and make all these eggs and we're just not even going to pick them up. We're just going to let them spoil. We can use them for filler as meatball too. If you want, you can leave them in your fridge and just if they spoil, turn to rotten eggs, it's no problem. And if they don't. Alright, it's almost day. Poop, bird, poop. I know birds don't poop about eggs. Sometimes it lets you stop allowing you to click if you click too fast. So you just like move away. Clip the stack out. Like that. Pine cones have a really small heat value. I know this handbat's gonna rot, so I'm not really worried about it. And we get to go exploring again. We don't have that much cut grass, but since it's not summer, all this cut grass hasn't withered, it just hasn't grown. So it doesn't really matter. Now that we've explored most of all this, we're gonna take the blue portal. Actually, the blue portal is probably a bad idea. Actually, it's probably an I don't care idea, so I'm doing it anyway. Yup. Drop the spear. Take this handmat, not this old one, and then take these two. Heat up, heat up, heat up, heat up, heat up. Heat up some more. And seal in all that warmth. You can leave that for now. Once again, this Beefle hat, eyebrella, all things, don't let them go under 10%. I will take them off 10% even if I'm out in the cold. Because you don't want to think, oh yeah, I'll take that off when it's at 1% and get distracted. See, like, not good. They're going to attack the hell out of me. That's why that wasn't a good idea. But I have honey ham, I don't care. But yeah, like this is just like a death trap waiting to happen. There's three walrus hunting parties. Man. I guess I'll wait next year to get the tam o'shanter. That'd be the one other thing I need. Is a tam o'shanter. Because I didn't bring any armor with me. Because we don't have a Deerclops out here waiting to kill us. This is a set piece. The set piece from your nightmares. Actually, I do need rocks. Don't need flint. I'm just gathering all this stuff. I want to get the ice while it's still cold out. Get these rocks. Gold is always nice to have, but not a necessity. And apparently I'm running low on rocks. I want one for my flingo, which I want to build pre-summer. I don't want to just wait until summer's happening and then have to build one. It's good to build one beforehand. And this marble will be here forever, probably. A mole worm can pick it up, bring it to its burrow, but don't have that many inventory spots for it. Ooh. Oh my god. This is brutal. I'm gonna watch this. You know, I gotta get entertained too sometimes. Ooh. Get him. I'll take that. I'm much better at fighting than that guy. So I could take these, because I need these. And I suppose I could take the gears. Because why not? It's just good to have them. They're not really renewable, because you can get them out of tumbleweeds, but that's a little annoying to do. But they're also incredibly abundant to the point where it doesn't matter. But it's good to take them with me, because if I do drop them, one of those like mole things, moggles, whatever they're called, they'll take them, put them in their burrow. And then I'll have to find and dig its burrow up to get it, and I don't know which one it is, so that'll never happen. I need my nitrate for gunpowder, but I'm gonna make one of those because summer is gonna be in a couple seasons, and I want to make sure that I have that when I need it. And I'm just gonna eat one of these right when I can. This like right about here. I don't have any grass from this, so guess I'm waiting tonight. These are way the hell out there. And like, it's gonna be really hard to die from darkness when you have like a bunch of these prototypes. The fire pit and the endothermic fire pit are gonna be like super backups, so that you should almost never use them unless you find yourself standing in darkness with no light. Don't just use them because you don't want to make a fire pit or you don't want to go and get the ingredients. If you just think of those as a last resort, you'll pretty much always have fire. I kind of thought there'd be some grass here. Anyway, I'll heat myself up. This roaring fire. And I'll go explore up there, around there. Go explore up there, come back, get this. Then I'll get this area and then go back. Should get this area too. So this is explored, and I'm going to explore the savanna. And then I still have to explore here, and I pretty much know that this is it over here. And then I can explore here, and then I'll have almost the entire map explored. I got this sinkhole here. There should be another sinkhole somewhere. There should be another one like somewhere around here. Oh, there's one right here. There's 2 sinkholes. There's usually about 3 sinkholes per world. Each one is its own map. So eventually we're going to explore all 3, not completely. You can do that if you really want to like go crazy with your worlds and like make a mega base or like just survive till like day 3000 and go nuts. You might want to like explore everything. I definitely suggest if you're going to be living this world for a while, completely exploring the overworld and maybe at least one caves and depths combo. So if you ever need to get like slurper pelts or need to go down to the ruins or something, you know exactly how to do it, where to go. Now, since I don't have a fire, one of my first goals is to get one. I will get this koalefant. I will redeem myself. Savannah is the perfect place to track him. And if I get the varg, I'm just going to lead it into all the hunting parties. See how he likes that. That happened. That should be something I should take care of. I don't have armor. I'd have to be super careful. As long as you don't aggro the Spider Queen, it won't do anything bad. But if you do aggro it, it'll slowly walk towards you, even if you leave. And then it'll eventually, like, come nest somewhere. I've had, like, 3 Spider Queens with, like, 30 or so spiders following them just walk up to my base once. It's pretty unreal. Oh man. Yeah, so looks like that's a no-go. Because his blow darts are like crazy deadly without armor on. I can't really make armor because I don't have enough grass. Actually, I might be able to. Oh man, never mind. If I can get enough grass to make a log suit, I can totally take him on. These hunting parties, they're dangerous, I'll tell you. Like, they are dangerous. You don't want to, like, mess with them if you don't have armor. Because you can't really dodge those blow darts unless you are very fast. You have, like, a walking cane. And you're, like, Wolfgang or something, or WX. But we're gonna do this. We're gonna make some armor. And I don't want to kill him. I want to go get revenge on the one that pissed me off. This is like more of a... This isn't even a tutorial. This is a Let's Play at this point. Let's be honest with ourselves. I don't care. I've given up. I want blood. I was following that track to the next one. And now I'm never gonna find it again. Because this goddamn roller son of a bitch. Alright, there we go. And now he's mine. Not before I don't kill his son. There we go. Yes. No. No Tam O'Shanter, but it was worth it. My bloodlust. Let's go get another one. Let's kill this motherfucker. Hello. Knock knock. So well, they're already in combat with these things. So that's gonna go well for me. Oh man! Don't attack him, you idiot! Attack this one. They just want me. He got that one. Tallbirds have a lot of life. I want this blow dart though. And I really want these blue gems. These hound's teeth will last, so I'll drop them here. And this is gonna be like the last day, so I want, if I can, I want to kill these guys. This is what they get for messing with my wormhole. This is their comeuppance. Let's expand this to atrocious proportions. See how far up we can get. Alright. Don't have a torch. I should have got one. So we still have one more that we can kill, and they'll respawn these camps. We got these 3 camps so close like this. I'm gonna take this. And cook it. Just because. Oh yeah. That hit the spot. I've turned full evil. Don't even care anymore. These blow darts will go great against the next Mactusk. And maybe he'll drop a Tam O'Shanter. And then winter will be complete. Should probably wear this just for the sanity. I'm gonna get warm tonight. And then tomorrow I'm gonna kill him. Then I can drop some stuff and grab some stuff and head back. I'll eat these meatballs tomorrow. They'll make some room. Use these blow darts. And fully explore over there. I'll go do that, I guess. Because that'll kind of end my contract with here. But first I'm going to go get that other blow dart. Counter blow darts. We really just want to take down the Mactusk as soon as possible, because he's going to be super annoying with his blow darts, and you can't really dodge him unless you're super, super fast and using a walking cane, because they're really fast and have a large splash radius. But right now, let's take this. There we go. Got him. More blow darts. Get some health from that. It's... winter's fading fast. Gotta get this motherfucker. Gotta get him. Where are you at? That may be it. No Tam O'Shanter. Not this winter. Such a shame. I almost had him just where I wanted him. Those Walrus camps will go away now. Now it's raining because it's spring again. So we've survived a full year. Pat yourself on the back if you've been watching this. I'm not going to pat myself on the back because I've done this a bunch of times. It's not really that hard to do. I mean, let's be real. I've been pretty casual about this whole thing. And I'm not even going to try. No, because you know what? No. This game doesn't want me getting a winter koalefant. Might as well take this meat. It's good meat. That Spider Queen's just gonna kind of walk around. Alright. I definitely need the blue gem. I'd like to keep my pile of flint because I don't really have other stuff. And a blow dart's nice and helpful. Waste of hunger, not a big deal. I fully explored down there now, and it's spring, so I'm going to end at the end of today. Because we've made it a full year, and we're going to celebrate by doing some stuff and going to the caves and such. But now that it's winter again, we don't really need... It's going to be cold for another couple of days. But we're going to wear this. And we're going to sew this together. And we're going to sew this up. And we're just wearing this for the sanity at this point. But that's going to keep us completely dry. And then we can put this in here because we don't really need that. And we can put this in here. And we'll put this in our fight chest. The other blow dart. I end up with a lot of ice too. And I have cut stones and golds. So let's do this right now because we have this. Put this back, keep this with us. This can go in here. We're gonna make more gunpowder. We need 14 gunpowder before summer. Put it in this chest. So we're halfway there. We're gonna have plenty of rotten eggs, though. We just need charcoal and nitro. Nitro is super easy to get. There's a bunch of ways to get it, but a really, really easy way to get it is to just go hammer a bunch of rocks down, pickaxe them, really mine them. Now we can almost live on jerky. Rocks and gold away. Those are going to start to grow. I don't have that many blue gems, but I need some, so... Oh yeah, we don't have, what's it called? Don't have a tent anymore. I was going to use that. Alright, well, sanity restoration is pretty easy. We're going to do this. We're running low on grass, but that's fine. We're going to do this. And then we can make some more jerky. And we need to make this flingomatic so it's going to target as much stuff as possible. So we want to put it right about here. That way it'll get all this stuff and all this stuff. And then I'm going to build down here and I'm going to build up here. So we'll have this base kind of like right around here is all our flammable stuff. And I don't think it's this one might not be targeting this stuff, but we'll see in the winter. In the summer. Summer, winter, summer, winter. Lots of sanity. And guess what? More sanity, lots of health. So they're on opposite sides, so we need to alternate like this. We could still freeze because we're just coming out of winter and it's still a little cold, but we don't really need to worry about it. As long as we have a fire or fire pit, we're good because it's going to take a lot to freeze us. These are going to get annoying. We're going to have a billion of those. Now, for headpiece, we want, like, sanity. But we don't have a Tam O'Shanter, so I'm going to put that football helmet on. It'll get used. And we good. Tomorrow we go down in the caves. Or actually, tomorrow we need to get some grass, but then we'll go down in the caves. Just a little bit of grass. Not that much. We can get all the grass we need, like around the caves area, like all around here. But this is gonna be it for this section. Tomorrow, our next section, we're going down in the caves, and what we want to bring is we want to bring this pickaxe, and we also want to bring. That's about it. We want to bring the pickaxe for now. What we need to do is get a lantern. So we're gonna go get a lantern in the caves in this next segment. We'll get the lantern. We'll get the ingredients for the lantern. We'll come up, make the lantern, then we can go down and explore. Basically, when we explore, we want to kill any spiders we see, like destroy their nests, which we're gonna have to mine instead of actually attacking, because they can be really annoying. And then I like to destroy all the rabbit hutches I find and take the ingredients with them and kill the rabbits because I hate them, because they hate you for carrying around meat and they'll attack you and they're super annoying. So I destroy them all. And I'll keep the rabbit tails so we can make rabbit hutches, like, and put them behind walls later, but I'm going to lead a genocide against the rabbit people, you'll see. Alright, see ya. Catch you later.